I told my roommate of 2 years that I wouldn't be renewing the lease with her, effectively cutting her out of our future living plans, all because my significant other and I wanted a quieter life. You're watching Mindsnap, where the drama never ends. So, let's dive right into this mess. The person who submitted this story, who we'll call the narrator, had been living with 3 friends in a home for about 2 years. But what's interesting is that the narrator had actually brought one of these friends, who we'll call the roommate, from a different state to join them. The narrator had even furnished the roommate with the funds to make the move, because they thought the new state was a nicer place to live. Okay, so the roommate owes the narrator one, right? I mean, the narrator basically uprooted the roommate's life and brought them to a new place. But as time went on, the narrator met someone special, and they've been dating for about a year now. And as they've gotten more serious, they've started to think about their future living plans. Initially, the plan was for the narrator, the roommate, and the significant other to all live together and split the costs. But more recently, the narrator and their significant other have decided that they want to live just the two of them. No, wait. This is where it gets juicy. The narrator has decided to cut the roommate out of their future living plans, and they've given the roommate about 6 months' notice to find a new place to live. Now, the narrator claims that this decision has nothing to do with the roommate, and that they still want to be friends with them. They just want a quieter life with more privacy and a relaxed living space. Okay, I need to pause here, because I'm not buying that this decision has nothing to do with the roommate. I mean, if the narrator really wanted to be friends with the roommate, wouldn't they have considered finding a new place that the 3 of them could live in together? Or, at the very least, wouldn't they have had a more empathetic conversation with the roommate about their decision? But, allegedly, the narrator has given the roommate plenty of time to find a new place, and they've told them that they still want to hang out and be friends. The roommate, understandably, is upset about the whole situation. And honestly, I can see why. I mean, the narrator brought the roommate to a new state, and now they're just cutting them out of their lives like that? It seems kind of harsh. I literally could not believe this when I read it. The narrator is just expecting the roommate to be okay with being pushed out of their life, all because the narrator wants a quieter life with their significant other. And the thing is, the narrator doesn't even seem to be considering the roommate's feelings in all of this. They're just doing what they want, without any regard for how it might affect the people around them. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, well, the narrator has the right to make their own decisions about their living situation. And you're right, they do. But at the same time, the narrator also has a responsibility to be kind and considerate to the people who are affected by their decisions. And in this case, it seems like the narrator is being pretty thoughtless. Someone posted online, and I have to say, the comments were pretty split on this one. Some people thought the narrator was being totally reasonable and that they had every right to make their own decisions about their living situation. But others thought the narrator was being really selfish and that they should have considered the roommate's feelings more. As for me, I think the narrator is being pretty insensitive. I mean, they're not even considering how their decision might affect the roommate or how it might damage their friendship. They're just doing what they want, without any regard for anyone else. And honestly, that's not a very nice thing to do. But hey, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Was the narrator right to cut the roommate out of their future living plans, or were they being totally selfish? Let's consider the facts here. The narrator did bring the roommate to a new state, and they did promise to live with them in the future. But at the same time, the narrator also has the right to change their mind and make new decisions about their living situation. And maybe, just maybe, the narrator and their significant other really do need a quieter life with more privacy. But still, it seems like the narrator could have handled the situation better. They could have been more empathetic and more considerate of the roommate's feelings. They could have had a more open and honest conversation with the roommate about their decision, and they could have tried to find a solution that worked for everyone. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, while the narrator might have had good reasons for wanting to live just with their significant other, they could have gone about it in a way that was more considerate of the roommate's feelings. And maybe, just maybe, they could have found a way to make it work for everyone involved. But, alas, that's not what happened. Instead, the narrator just decided to cut the roommate out of their future living plans, without even considering how it might affect them. And now, the roommate is left to pick up the pieces and find a new place to live. Okay, so let's get back to the story. The narrator claims that they still want to be friends with the roommate, and that they want to hang out with them even after they've moved out. But, honestly, I'm not sure how that's going to work. I mean, if the narrator is just going to cut the roommate out of their life like that, how can they expect the roommate to still want to be friends with them? It just seems like the narrator is being really insensitive, and that they're not even considering the roommate's feelings. And, in the end, that's what's really bothering me about this story. It's not just about the narrator's decision to live with their significant other, it's about how they went about it. It's about how they treated the roommate, and how they affected their life. So what do you guys think? Was the narrator right to cut the roommate out of their future living plans? Or were they being totally selfish? Should they have considered the roommate's feelings more? Or were they just doing what they needed to do? Drop your verdict below. Was this person right or wrong? Subscribe and hit the bell.